Hi guys, so today I'm going to be fixing the BMW lock, the E46 lock, and removing this was not as bad as you can see. So here's something that I ordered from eBay. It was like $5-6. It comes with all these parts, and the two parts that we're going to be mainly concerned about is one of these two that breaks, and we'll find out which one goes for one, but we're going to be using either one of these. These are one for the right hand drive or the left hand drive, so depending on what country you're in. I have a left hand drive, so I'm going to be using this part, I believe, but we'll match it. So these are the parts that you're going to need. I turn my light on so you guys can see better, but so I'm going to go ahead and remove this pin. Be very careful, you don't want to lose it. So this is a small thing. I'm just going to, there you go. And I'm going to go ahead and slide this part out. So basically what I did was I kind of turn it and bring it kind of like this. So this notch is in alignment with this hole. I'm going to go ahead and pull this out. And this is the part that you want to be careful, because it can break and things can go flying. And as you can see, mine break, but not an issue. I have a different one. And I'm going to go ahead and just kind of take now. Remember, this whole thing is being held by a spring. Hold the camera here a little bit. And this spring can throw things apart, so I'm trying to be careful. There you go. So my other piece came out, and here's my spring. So as you can see, it wants to come out. So I'm gonna put this away. This piece that broke. This is my oldest spring, and these are some of the other parts that kind of broke inside. So let's keep this separate. And this piece right here looks okay. And one thing I would suggest is the way you are taking it out, keep an eye on how you're taking it out. So this one, I took it out from here. So as you can see, this notch was kind of like in line against, and there's only one way you can put this in, to be honest. This is that one piece that kind of broke. So I don't have anything in there right now. It's that's all I have. So I'm going to put this on the side. Now these are all the new parts. So I'm going to keep this on this side. I'm probably going to get this one napkin out so I can clean out. So I'll have to leave the camera on. If you want to clean this out, you can. I think I'm probably going to do this since I'm here. Anyways. My grease is pretty old and gunky, so definitely need to put. Okay, so I just got some synthetic grease, and guys, doesn't really matter what kind of grease you put in. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take over this piece right here, and we're gonna drop this in. So you can see there are 3 grooves, 1, 2, and 3, and this one also have 3. So we're gonna just drop it off like this. Then we're gonna see which one of these two really belongs to us. So this is our old one that broke. This one we already used it, but this is the actual piece that kind of broke off, right? So let's try to figure it out. So as you can see, it looks like this is the one that matches this more. No, it's the other way. So we're going to be using this particular one. And the way this goes is, so on this side you can see this has a thin side, and then on the back side is a little bit thicker. So this is a little bit higher side. So the higher side stays on the open area. So it kind of goes like this and just sits in like this. Then we have our spring. So the way the spring goes is like this. Well, this doesn't really matter. They both are the same way. And we're gonna drop this down like this. But then now we have to bring this guy and hang it right at this notch. Okay, so the spring is in and it's leaning against that stopper right there. Let's try to get this a spring. Look right here. Okay, so as you can see, the spring is holding on to this thing right here. This is how you're supposed to hook it on. And now we're gonna put this lock right here, and we're gonna put it in like this and press on it really hard as far as you can go, and then we're gonna slide this piece into that. Now remember, this thing right here, this has a groove at the bottom, and this is supposed to catch that groove for you to lock everything in place. So don't get fooled by just pressing it a little bit and sliding it, because you could just be sliding it in the top one and not the entire thing. So now let's press on it. See, it created that space inside, and use this hole as a guide. It takes a lot of force, but once you have everything in place, you might be at a good position. So my key in place, I think. There you go. Now I got it. I can see it. I should be able to slide this in place. There you go. So now this whole thing is in place and holding pretty good. And as you can see, I can turn this properly. So now all you have to do is just fill this whole thing in with grease, and our lock should be up and working. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply some grease inside, and that completes the repair on the lock side. So again, just as a close-up, I'll show you guys how this is locking in place. Make sure I'm in focus. Your spring is holding right here. Your lock, so this is not in all the way, guys. It needs to go in a little bit more, because remember this pin, that pin needs to go in, and this is more. Okay, so just push this in a little bit to get that pinhole cleared, and we're going to clean up our pin and put it in. The whole reason for the pin is for this thing not to go out. That's enough. And guys, that is it. So our lock is assembled, and this piece is in, and we have the pin back there. So now we're gonna go ahead and put it back in the car, and that is it. So guys, if you like the video, please subscribe to my channel and like the video.